in Week 1. The Saints dominated their first matchup against the Buccaneers. Can Tampa Bay avoid the sweep? Find out next on Madden NFL 22.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the third overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold dumps it off to Fournette. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 27, Darnold. Dixon complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. A beautiful fake. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the Saints are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Saints with a long field ahead. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Now a first down throw. Watson eluding the pressure right. It's brought in by Harris. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On second down, Kamara. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Watson. Open man is Baker. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. Here's Kamara off the draw. Runs over him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Vasquez. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Watson now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Darnold's throw here taken in by Gesicki. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Faking the give, Darnold. Completes it to Dixon. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Darnold completes it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC on the others. And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3-and-out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Darnold on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Watson flushed out right to the right side and complete to Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Here's Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. On first down, Darnold. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Dixon. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Darnold on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where you see the final score there. Jordan Love, another strong performance as his guys claim victory number 13 on the year. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas, and they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Josh Jacobs, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, you get a look at...
Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Now on first down, they run with Kamara. He'll take it forward for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Buying time to his left. And he's got his target, Harris. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 44-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Flush to his right. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're aware of...
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. 2nd and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Throwing on third down. Watson being chased out left. Finding some room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Watson off play action. Rolling to his right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Buccaneers are going to have it here at their own 15. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A handoff to Fournette, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Steps away.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on first down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Fournette a first down carry, but he'll get only a couple before defenders are there to meet him. Second and 8.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Now Leonard Fournette. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. They'll run on first down. Elam. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. They'll run with Fournette. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Dixon complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, Darnold dumps it off to Fournette. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw, Darnold. He'll find Miller. That's complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Again, Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is no good. Wide to the right.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 4, 56 seconds to go. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Watson to throw.
Eluding the pressure right.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off at the 48, 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. It turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door, and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
Here's Watson going for it all.
And that is incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay.
And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree. Matched up against the top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Tampa Bay,
they do get one final win, but it finishes off a 5-12 campaign.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of